So, agony and grief and trust. Nope. Oh, I can't believe it's 2020. That's such a futuristic number. Hail 2020. Hey wild things, it's Cypris. Welcome back to the wild and welcome to 2020. What? We're stepping into a new decade, a new year, full of possibilities. Let's welcome the new year together. So to start with, the tea that I am drinking today is new to me. This is a green tea blend, raspberry twist. This is one of my Christmas gifts. It was from one of my dear old college friends, one of my best wild ones. You know who you are. Thank you. You know how much I love tea. You probably noticed the microphone. We're trying something different. I'm trying this out. This is really helping me out with voiceovers, and I really like the way it makes my voice sound. It's way better quality than the shotgun microphone I have on the top of the camera, so you'll have to let me know, does this work for you to see this in the frame, or is it alienating? What do you think of the microphone? So let me know, because I don't know how I feel about having it in the shot. So growing pains, I'll take it. So, looking back at 2019, I think this was a year for me that ended up being about learning how to feel pleasure in life. I don't just mean like adult stuff, I just mean just in general, having pleasure in being alive. This has not always been easy for me. And in recent years, I've been processing so much grief and recuperating from 4 decades of accumulated fuckery. So, 2019, you've served me well. I am grateful for the reprieve. And, okay, bye. So, I heartily welcome 2020. Hip hip huzzah! So I think collectively we're all a little bit optimistic about what 2020 has in store. There's something about just the way the number looks. It's positive, it's upbeat, it's an even number, it's an even decade, it's a clean slate. The number just feels good. But also the general energy flow that I'm picking up on, it feels like change, like reprieve, like relief, like empowerment. Now, I'm pretty jaded at this point. I don't necessarily want to trust that energy that's telling me that 2020 is going to be a positive and empowering year. I don't want to trust that. But the universe is not every man I've ever been vulnerable to, nor is the universe every woman who's hated me for still unspecified reasons. That energy of the universe, of the earth, the force, if you will, that doesn't lie. So maybe it's time for me to trust at least that. At least trust my intuition, trust my own ability to sense things, And this is difficult because I have historically been programmed to believe it's absolutely mandatory to suppress all natural inclination towards instinct or intuition. Gee, thanks, organized religion. Hi. What's up? Still hyper? So that's my goal, my task for 2020. I'm not doing resolutions, I'm not setting goals, except for this one thing. This is huge for me. This does not come easily. Hey, don't knock things down. All right, where were we? This one thing, it's a huge deal to me. It's a lot. It's a big ask for me to trust anything at this point in my life. So what I am resolving to do this year, to work on, is to just let go and let the year unfold however it's going to unfold. I want to stay open to what comes so that I can accept opportunities as they appear. I mean, there's nothing I can do. There's literally nothing I can do. It's either going to be a soft, nurturing, restorative rain, or it's going to be a violent hailstorm, or anything in between. I have no control over that. Zero. Except, historically, to batten down more and more and more and more, to the point where I'm living in an emotional and energetic nuclear bomb shelter. Which I like. Comfortable there. Dude, don't knock stuff over. But it's just not tenable for long-term survival. If I stay in my little bomb shelter, I will eventually rot inside of that tin can. And I suppose that's probably not responsible of me. Maybe. Hey, my God, you're hyper tonight. So maybe what I need to trust is that I am a better architect of the psyche than I was as a baby, as a child, as a 20-something. My nuclear bomb shelter that I have constructed is solid. It's solid this time, and it will remain so even if I step outside and venture around while the sun shines. I've built my fortress. I've rebuilt my fortress, and it's solid. It's impermeable. And I don't have to sit inside holding up the rafters for it to remain so. It will stay up without my constant holding it. Like, I can trust my own handiwork, right? This is really hard for me because I thought that's exactly what I had the first time around. I was so secure that when everything collapsed around me all at once, I had no anchors. I was adrift in life, in relationships, in career, in money, in my sense of the very construction of the cosmos. Totally rudderless. I had nothing left. It had all been a house of cards, and not one of my own devising. See, the first time around, I constructed my foundations exactly the way I had been taught. I was a really good student at the proper way to do the life thing. I was a really well-behaved girl. It feels funny to say that because it doesn't feel like I'm talking about myself. That's a different girl in a different time, because the idea of being well-behaved now is horrifying. But at the time, I swallowed the rules of life hook, line, and sinker. So yeah, trust. My trust in people? Not so much. And it's kind of ironic, I suppose, but I also have trouble trusting myself because it was myself who trusted all of them in the first place. But I have spent the last 13 years of my life reclaiming my natural instincts. And I think they might actually be working again after being suppressed and unnurtured for 30 years. So, it's time to trust. 2 things. Baby steps. 1, the universe does not actually hate me. Probably. 2, perhaps even more importantly, I am no longer a fool. This is freaking scary. But 2020. It's the year of clear vision. It's a year for positive change toward balance. Balance is inherent in this number. And boy, could I use some retributive balance in the energies I've dealt with in my life. Bring on the balance. Don't hurt that cord. Go around the cord. Thank you. So I'm doing it. I am focusing on untying the coiled spring that is inside of me. Setting down my shields when they're not in use. Not putting them away, not stepping away from them. But I don't need both hands holding up shields all the time. My stomach is in knots, just anticipating this exercise. Just imagining this is freaking me out. But I also know that it is time. Wow, that got really heavy. But maybe heavy in a good way? Okay, so what about you, wild things? What are you committing to for 2020? I'd love to hear about it in the comments section. Let's share and cheer each other on. And while you're at it, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and follow me on Facebook and Instagram. I think for a lot of us, it's been a rough go, but let's see if we can't keep 2020 wild. Bye, everybody. I will see you in the next video. Happy New Year.